Hey, welcome, Loco Hoops fans, to a Tuesday night playoff edition of the Loco Hoops Report. Justin, Jarrett, and Wes Kerr, as usual, here in the Loco Media Studio. We've got all the scores from tonight as well as last night. If you didn't join us last night on the Lowdown, very hoops heavy with Wes and I both out at playoff games, but we'll get you all caught up. Take a look at the brackets. We're also going to talk with Xaviar Garvin from the Hampton County boys who are headed to the lower state championship. Going to get another crack at Oceanside, so that should be good times. And we'll see if anybody else is able to pop on as they get back from the Skeeza games tonight. But taking a look at the scores, and Wes, you and I both got to watch some of the live streams that were going on Facebook from the Skeeza games tonight, so that was good. Last night, just going through them real quick, Hilton Head Christian Academy girls started that title defense, number 6, with a 71-21 win over Hilton Head Prep. Maya Hutchinson had 31. Devin Yard had 22. Devin jumped on it with us last night. If you missed that, should definitely check that out. JP2 44-31 over Florence Christian on the other side of the bracket. So they'll both play again Thursday with a chance to meet in the title game in Skeeza 3A. Colleton Prep and Buford Academy both bowed out, but Patrick Henry girls are still in it. Scrapped out a 48-45 win over St. John's Christian, and Hampton County beat Andrew Jackson last night 68-56. Kayvon Chisholm had 22 and 11. Darius Brooks had 16. Xaviar Garvin had 12. He'll be on with us in just a little bit. And then tonight, Cross girls first year varsity program on to the state championship in Skeeza 1A. They beat Cambridge Academy tonight 44-37. They'll face Curtis Baptist on Saturday. Hilton Head Prep boys rolled in their title defense opener 51-21 over Spartanburg Day. Ben Frey with 13 for Hilton Head Prep. Greenwood Christian took out Hilton Head Christian 72-66. Eagles rallied late, got it down to 1, I think, and couldn't quite finish it off. Andrew Jackson bounced Patrick Henry 75-62. And Cathedral bounced Buford Academy 77-45. So that's all the scores. Wes, I know you got to watch. You found a stream for that Christian Academy game, right? Or
yeah, that was an unfortunate one. HHGA showing some nice pushback there those last few minutes to make a game of it. They got to within 1. Harrison Skinner was electric as he's been all season long, shooting the 3 ball, but also getting some buckets in close with some and ones. But I just couldn't find stops. He just couldn't find enough defensive plays because Greenwood Christian just scoring at will for most of that ball game. So tough to see it end like that for HHCA. Excellent fight after being down a whole bunch earlier in that game, but just unable to really produce on the defensive side of things to keep yourself in the ball game for long enough. But that's tough to see results in a season that had so many ups and downs along the way, a couple of bright moments, but just the disappointment, because this is a team that we thought would be right back. And at the end of the season, I thought they were the favorite from last year to win the state championship. I didn't expect Hilton and Prep to be as good as they were, especially when they lost Sean Pisano, and that was a pleasant surprise how better they got. A lot of it has been Jason Britchie, but Ben Fry, he's stepped up big time this year too. We'll definitely have to talk about them later on in the show. But Hilton Head Christian Academy, you expected a lot more from them, and certainly there were a lot of situations that didn't go their way. Some that were produced in the program, and some that's it's just hard situations to really bounce back from and move on from. But they did a good job, trying to right the ship near the end, but just got beat by a strong team tonight, and unable to really find the answers to stop that Greenwood Christian side. But unfortunate for HHCA, so they fall. So does Patrick Henry. I really believed in that PHA team, but they
led they were up when I picked it up in the third quarter, and then the wheels just kind of came off in the fourth, at the end of the third and the fourth quarter. Andrew Jackson just kind of controlled things. The crowd got real rowdy, and they just kind of snowballed it. But yeah, that was tough. That was tough to watch.
Didn't expect that, especially with those Ferry brothers and how well they've been playing, throughout these last few seasons. And the way they produced in the playoffs, but unfortunately not tonight. Credit to Andrew Jackson for what they're able to do to outscore them 75-62, another high scoring skis a basketball game. So a tough one there, and the BA fall into
Cross girls got pushed. Cross girls got tested probably the most they have been since that St. Joseph's game that they lost. And, that was a back and forth game. I think they were up 1 at halftime. It was really a battle, but they solved the box and one in the second half and found some ways to adjust what they were doing and pulled out a tough win. And it's a cool story. I mean, they're 25-1 in first year varsity program, and obviously it's kind of an anomaly first year varsity program in the sense of the talent that they have, but nonetheless, I mean, they're rolling with like 6 or 7 girls and they're getting the job done. So pretty cool story.
The lack of depth is pretty impressive just to see what they're doing there and to see how well they've been thriving throughout the season. And then the close game where they really haven't played many close games, the ability to really come up clutch and find a way where maybe they weren't on as on their potentially best game that we could have seen from them. So that's a heck of a win for Cross and great for that program. And the coaching staff does an excellent job, and the adjustments you have to make at halftime and just throughout the game in a situation like that where you're being tested that in a way you haven't seen before most of the year. When you lose so few games and now you go up against a really quality team, that's when you really have to find a way to adjust and tweak things to put yourself in the best spot. And they did a great job with that. And now Curtis Baptist, last team that stands between them and what would be a tremendous story going all the way to win a state championship. I like their chances in this one. I think, you talk about teams having to overcome hurdles throughout the tournament. There's always that one game where you get tested, you find a way to respond, and I think they come out of that better, even more prepared for what they're going to see on Friday afternoon. So I like Cross to finish off the job on Friday and bring it home to the Lowco.
Yeah, I do too. They've got some metal about them. And I mean, she's a legit point guard, and she's a competitor, and she's going to want to win it, and she's going to take care of things. She's going to control things. So I feel good about it too. I mean, Happy Whistle could get them because of the lack of depth, but they look pretty solid. Let's shout out some sponsors, and then we'll get to our interview because our friend is waiting in the guest room. The MVP sponsors of Lowco Sports start with Megan Jarrett, the official realtor of Lowco Sports, and my wife. She is very important to Lowco Sports in more ways than one. So she would love to help you find your place in the Lowco and put down an anchor in the best place. She's with the Anchor Home Group of Keller Williams of the Low Country. So if you would like to find your place in the Lowco, call on Megan Jarrett, the official realtor of Lowco Sports. Homegrown Home Inspections is the official home inspector of Lowco Sports, and they will make sure that investment in the real estate market is a good one and not one that's going to come back to haunt you, checking over your house from top to bottom. Jan Lucas and his team bring incredible expertise and customer service to every home inspection. That's why they're the official home inspectors of Lowco Sports Homegrown Home Inspections. Mickelson Law Firm is the official real estate closing attorney of Lowco Sports and our original sponsor since 2017. Ryan and Tiffany and the Mickelson squad have been taking care of us and taking care of legal needs in Bluffton and beyond, and they would love to have your business, so call on Mickelson Law Firm. And Hospice Care of the Low Country, official hospice care of Lowco Sports, and the only not-for-profit hospice care in Southern Beaufort County. They're serving all kinds of needs in our community, and they raise funds to do it through great events like the Yacht Hop. Tickets are on sale now, and they are limited, so you're going to want to get your tickets, maybe be a sponsor for this year's Yacht Hop for Hospice Care of the Low Country, where it is. Yeah, we mentioned it at one time. I will tell you in a second, though. Yacht Hop is all set for Saturday, May 18th at Wexford.
Right, there you go.
Saturday, May 18th.
Right.
Yeah, going to be a good time. Check it out. Hospice Care of the Low Country. That's our final MVP sponsor. And now we welcome in our friend from Hampton County. Gotten to know him really well over the last couple of years. Xaviar Garvin, welcome back to the show. What's up, Zay?
What's up, man?
Good to see you again. You were in the heat of battle when I saw you last night out in Estill, but you guys have such a storybook year, not just the the football team, but now carrying over into basketball season, and you've been a part of both of them. And I guess first of all, just kind of reflect on, being back in the Estill gym, but wearing the Hampton County blue with your new brotherhood, and getting a big win last night to get a shot at another lower state championship.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, just tell me about what this experience has been like for you.
It's been great, you know what I'm saying? Been playing with these guys in AAU since I was in 10th grade, so the transition wasn't really hard because we already played together. It was just now just adding a couple pieces and making it making it fit a little bit more, you know. But I played with most of these guys. I knew them, and we played together, so the chemistry was always there. So we just take it from the AAU circuit and bring it to the high school league.
It's gonna be nice going back and playing that old gym. You were an Estill Gator, now you're a Hampton County Hurricane, and just being back in the old barn, old gym that you got to have a team that you took all the way to that lower state championship game. Now you're back there. So, just describe these last two seasons, and how similar, and also how cool it's been to go that same direction, and get to that same point with some other guys editing as well.
It's great, Uh, losing at Lower State last year has been a goal of mine and the rest of my teammates from Estill last year to get back there. So now that I have some more weapons with me, I think I'm more prepared this year than I was last year.
Yeah, you guys are deep, and I mean, it's to the point that it's like sometimes you'll look up and realize, like, oh man, a key guy hasn't really gotten that much run tonight because it just hasn't been a good matchup for him or whatever. But it seems like you guys have the important part with that is that everybody has to kind of embrace that some nights it's not your night to have a big role. It seems like you
Definitely.
guys have really adopted that and become pretty unselfish and team first, and
Yes, sir.
that seems to be shining through. Am I right?
For sure, man. We realized that during AAU, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people that can do a lot of things. So we realized when it's not our night, we got to feed the hot hand.
Tell me about how you guys pulled it out last night against Andrew Jackson, and a back and forth Donnybrook game, as we like to call it, but a battle from start to finish. And just tell me about how you guys really came together and bonded, and found a way to produce some quality looks, put up some shots, and just will yourself to the finish line those last few minutes, and go on that run to put you guys over the top. What were you guys able to really adjust on throughout that game, and then how were you able to close it out?
I don't really think it was adjusting. I think it was just like us sticking to sticking to our strengths and really wearing them down throughout the game because uh our depth really got to them, and that's just something not every team has. And since we were able to wear them down, we started slowing them down, getting them tired. And once we get them tired, is basically our game. Feed inside the cave on, and
Yeah, he's a
that
beast.
got
He's a dog.
Oh, he's unreal. He's just
definitely.
unreal. In fact, like there were some times where I was like, I can't believe y'all just didn't let him touch it on 2 consecutive possessions. You got to let him touch it. Like he
Yeah.
was just unguardable, and he wasn't even feeling well last night, right?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't at all. But thing is with him, he's a competitor, just like all of us. We all, even though some of us might not be feeling well sometimes, we always put ourselves together and be able to pull through, and especially for a cause like this, man. We
Yeah,
definitely,
it's a really
Yeah,
special
man.
bond, special group that you've been part of, and you've been an important, you know, component of why this group is really hitting their stride, and finding ways to, continue your runs, and get past some of these strong teams that you face. But I feel it's a big continuation of football season, what you guys are doing, and now you get another chance. The team that knocked you off, Oceanside Collegiate, in the lower state finals. So how pumped are you for a shot to go at them again coming up on Saturday?
I'm definitely pumped, man. Since last season, I lost to Lower State last year. I've always wanted to get back here and win this. And the fact that I lost to them in football, it adds a little something to it. But throughout all that, I just have to realize that it's a game. I have to keep myself, calm and composed, and just stick to the game plan.
Yeah, that's one area where I feel like I can say I've seen growth in you this year is at times last year when it didn't go your way, it could kind of compound itself. You'd make a frustration mistake after, and this year I've seen you be a lot more mature in those situations. Last night you had a couple turnovers early, but you kept your head and got yourself right, and next play mentality. So I have to credit you there, and also just say that this team is so much fun to watch. Not just the way you guys play, which you play, 100 miles an hour, both ends of the floor the whole game, but also just the camaraderie and the bond. And I think everybody has been kind of captured by the relationship that you guys have with Ian.
Yep.
And so I'd love to hear more about, what he has brought to the team and just that kind of perspective and lightheartedness that it brings when Ian gets to get into the game and put on for the crowd.
I think Ian brought a spark. I feel like we needed. I think that sometimes we just we were more focused and took everything a little too serious. I think Ian being able to come in and lighten the mood for us, make it a little more fun for us. I think it helped a lot
Makes lasting memories for all of you when
for sure.
you see your friend come in like that, and not just you know produce on the court and be that hero on the floor when he's able to get in at the end of the game, but and then go viral and really give more attention to this area in your program, which is cool as well. But that's something that really bonds a team together, and I'm sure you could agree with that. But just talk to me about more about your game on the court, and how you've really helped improve it just this season. Playing with this group, playing with your guys, starting from AAU ball, because that's a big part of your development as well. So describe how your game has continued to improve and now get to this point where you've been finding ways to perform your role and even so much more as the X factor for this team.
Uh, I think I think AU and the past years I played basketball and my varsity career, it taught me a lot of things of my strengths and weaknesses, and it just helped me realize that I have to be more of a floor general and a defender on the court, and basically be help lead the team. You know what I'm saying? Keep everyone in the right spot so they can make the right plays, and that's that's what I've learned throughout the years, basically.
How much fun is it to play in front of this crowd, man? I mean, they are just lunatics for you guys.
Yeah, man, it's definitely fun playing for them, especially in Esther. It's just a little more sweeter now that the schools combined for us to be able to go back there. It definitely makes it a lot more sweet.
Brings back a ton of memories from what you were able to do there, and now you're back for another opportunity in the Final Four. So it's been fun interacting with One Time, especially because he has been the definition of a super fan out there, and bringing a dog. I think he brought Snoop out the other day.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Snoop, that's his
how
new
fun is
dog.
it to have someone who really cares about you guys and will pull out the stops to help you get some wins on the court.
Yeah, man. One time been with us since Little League football, man. He al- always been that guy, loud, walk through the bleachers, all that. He's been one of our biggest supporters since I was 5 years old playing Little League football. He came with us from every level, every step of the way, and the fact that we having success now is a good feeling for him as well because he was with us
Yeah,
throughout everything.
it's really cool.
Yeah, and everybody needs a hype man. Everybody needs a one time to
Definitely.
just be in the corner, and he's always picking you up when you're down. He's always got some words of wisdom, but most of all, he's just supporting. No matter what, he loves y'all. Win or lose, and everybody needs the one time. But um, going into this game Saturday against Oceanside, obviously, they've been one of the teams ranked ahead of you guys all season. It's basically just been them and Gray for the most part. And everybody knows what it is. It's David and Goliath. It's the same thing as it was in football. They got a stacked roster. What have you guys seen from them? How do you feel like you can match up?
I feel like we can match up really well with them, man. And I just seen that they're a really great team, but also know we have a great team ourselves, and I'm pretty confident in what we will be able to do against them.
It's going to be a terrific game over there at the Florence Center on Saturday. So, I hope you guys bring up a ton of fans and bring them
Oh, they
over.
will.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
that would be fantastic. But talk to me more about this team as a whole, and especially the depth, because we've talked a lot about Kayvon and yourself, but the way you guys have been able to develop so many important contributors, whether it's scoring or rebounding or just playing that tough defense and sparking the transition game, which you have really thrived in. How has the depth grown as the season has gone along? And on that note, take me back to that tournament in Bluffton. You guys took a couple of tough losses. You were in like every one of those games, but
Ain't
you
lost
played three
since.
games, yeah, and you haven't lost since that. So yeah, just describe what you learned from those three games against Marietta, South Point, and Summit Country Day, where they were all close. Could have gone either way. And playing 3 games in 3 days, you're gonna have to have other guys and depth players step up. So what did you learn as a team taken from those 3 games before New Year's that has helped you win them all since then?
Uh, I think I think those games really helped our chemistry because uh, after those games we actually stayed at Coach Gray's house because he lives in that area, so it definitely was a nice team bonding experience. Helped us get closer together, and on the court, I think it helped us understand our roles as a team. Because everyone is like it's like the NBA. Everyone's good, but everyone has to know their role and not to overdo their role. So I think that tournament really helped us understand our roles and put us in our right place to be successful.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta get your butt kicked to realize some things and
Yeah.
get some people to recognize some things. But it definitely seems like everybody is thriving in their roles right now. And one thing I noticed last night that Coach Gray does that I think it gets some of the fans hot sometimes, but I like it, is when a guy makes a mistake or seems to kind of get emotional, he's got enough guys on the bench that he can just pop them out and have that quick coaching moment with them and pop somebody else in there and then get them right back in and not let it kind of fester. And I wonder about you as a player. I'm sure there are times where you're like, no, don't take me out. But does that help you kind of like just sort your head out before you go back in there?
Of course, in the moment it doesn't feel that way, but once you look back, once you look back and reflect, you definitely realize that once he takes you out and talks to you and pulls you, lets you have that little break, it definitely helps. So you can see what you need to do better, and you can know what to do and what not to do. And us having depth really helps with that.
Yeah.
Well, Xavier, you're a senior. You've been a part of this Hampton community for a number of years now. Starting at Estill, and what does it mean to be a part of this inaugural team at Hampton County for football and basketball, and to make these stories happen? With your play out there and your leadership out there. So just take me through these last few months, starting with football and the basketball and the memories that you made by being part of this very first Hampton County Hurricanes team. What is it meant to wear the blue and the white for the senior season?
I think it meant a lot to me, to have all to help bring the community together and like really just really just start and set a bar for the rest of the years to come at Hampton County High.
Yeah, man, it's been a really special season. We've enjoyed covering it, and we've enjoyed covering your career these last couple of years. And hopefully, there's more to report on down the road. It looks like Zay's freezing up on us, but if you can hear us, Zay, I know you've got a few opportunities at the next level, and you're still kind of weighing your options. But how's that looking for the next phase of your career?
Right now, I'm just trying to figure everything out, and once I figure out what I'm gonna do, it's just gonna be just me working hard. Hopefully, get to that next level after.
It's awesome. I mean, keep grinding.
Right on, man.
You're gonna find opportunities if you put in the work, and you certainly have the talent out there. You're gonna find.
Keep
You're gonna
grinding.
find. Yep, green roads will open for you.
No
So,
way, you can find a recommendation right here, brother. It's been a pleasure watching you lead Estill and now Hampton County, and just getting to know all you guys and getting to be a part of what's building out there has been really cool, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, we'll let you get out of here. We appreciate you, Zay, and we're both booked at USCB on Saturday, so we won't be able to get up to Florence. But it's an 8:00 start, so I'll be watching a live stream wherever I can find it, and hoping that you make me come to Florence on my birthday, because you promised me a birthday
nice.
present up there
I got
on the 1st of March.
Yes, sir. Got you.
All right, Zay. We'll talk real soon, man.
All right.
Xaviar Garvin, Hampton County star basketball player before he was the star football player. One of the stars. I shouldn't say star, because they got it's an ensemble cast over in Hampton County. They are terrific, and they're loaded with talent.
Highlight.
And I
That's
think
been
they
the highlight
got
of the school year. That's been the highlight of the school year. This Hampton County team, and there's been others as well. But it started with football, set the tone, and then you go straight into basketball, and these guys have turned it up another level. And I knew this team would be solid, and we hyped up the football team, but under the radar, what could this basketball team bring with a Wade Hampton program that's been really solid over the years, and then an Estill team that just made the Lower State Championship game a year ago. So it's been at it as advertised, and even more. And I wish I could have been able to head out over there at one point to Estill, but hopefully we will have a big afternoon, evening on your birthday on March 1st and witness what could be a very historical state championship game with Hampton and
and then Victory Barbecue at Holt Brothers. How about that? Birthday barbecue and Victory of Barbecue at Holt Brothers with the Hampton County crew. That'd be with One Time and G Daddy and the whole crew. That would make my day on my birthday. But well, let's shout out some sponsors. The varsity sponsors of Lowco Sports: DDS Web Design, building, hosting, and maintaining websites for businesses and nonprofits that get results. Calling them at ddshhi.com. Parker Law Group, serving legal needs across Hampton, Colleton, and Jasper counties, and helping us continue to shine a light on more deserving student athletes and teams across the Low Country, including those Hampton County Hurricanes. Reverence Wrestling Club, the official wrestling sponsor of Lowco Sports and the presenting sponsor of the Lowco Grind. Check out Sunday's episode to see who all is going to represent the Lowco at the state championships this weekend. And Dr. Ambrose Cole, the official chiropractor of Lowco Sports, over at Rooted Living Wellness. Go see him to get feeling right, mind, body, and spirit. And let's dig into some of these other games. I got a few, not a whole lot, but a few highlights I was able to cut up of the Hilton Head Prep boys who took care of business tonight and look like I'd have to say the favorite to repeat right now. I mean, they're just rolling people. It was 51-21 tonight. It was they just, you can't score.
Yeah, and it's a different guy, or at least a few different guys that have been the spark plugs. Ben Fry has been everything they could have wanted for that group, because he's a guy who's going to give you everything. So many different styles of his game. He can hit some threes. He can rebound. Man, I haven't seen as many ferocious rebounders as Ben Fry. He's unlocked so much in his game from what we saw as a little freshman over there at BA, and it's been really fun to see his growth and maturity and the way he plays basketball over there. And of course, Jason Britchie, the big man down low, who he's been a matchup problem against most of the guys he's gone up against this year, and the way he just finds the passes, the inside out game, find the open shooter and knock down the three. And then you got Barron, who's been an excellent shooter as well. And you've got some other guys that have come in and given productive minutes for that team. So Coach Barron, I mean, what an outstanding job he's done this past season, and now looking at who they lost last year and just reloading, and now they're looking like, I think, the unquestioned favorite to go all the way in boys 3A. So it's been a fun team to watch. I've been able to see them a lot, and they just look so composed and mature and just so meticulous, and they run their offense so well. And when it's on point, it's really tough to stop, and it can get away from you in a hurry if you're going up against them when you're knocking down their shots. And then they play tough defense. You have that shot blocker, that rim protector, and Britchie, and man, they can rebound. They can avoid those second chance opportunities when they're able to get those boards. So they just do everything, every detail of the game. They just play really well, and that's been a staple of Hilton Head Prep over the years with Coach Faulkner, and now going into what Coach Barron has done. It just seems these last couple of seasons they've been really on top of things, and certainly they've had some moments where things have gone against them. They've lost a couple, which I thought they should have won, but especially this time of the year, this is the period where you really want to be on your game, and the last few seasons they have. So credit to Coach Barron and the Hilton Head Prep squad. They are playing some outstanding ball, and it's been fun to continue to see what they've produced out there. So I think they will be able to finish the job and get 2 more wins, but never easy, never gimme this time of year. But I just think by the way they prepare, the way they execute, and just the way they attack each different possession situation, it's hard to go against them at this point. So they are the favorite in my eyes right now as they get ready to take on they play next Oak Brook Prep, 8 o'clock tip on Thursday night. So we'll be able to catch that one on live stream, and then come here and report on it. So that'll be a lot of fun. We got a fewer a lighter schedule, but teams are starting to slip. But I think this Hilton Head Prep team, Hilton Head Christian, I think girls are still the surest deal, but I think Prep is not too far behind. So I expect
Christian Academy Myrtle Beach is pretty good. They blew out OP tonight, and they can shoot the lights out from 3, which is one of the things that can foil Hilton Head Prep. If you can really shoot it from outside, that can be tough for them to defend. But so I think that would be a really formidable championship game. Yeah. I think that would be a really good game, and I think that's probably the one we get. But it's hard saying. I don't know that Greenwood can take down. There it is, Christian Academy, Myrtle Beach. Yeah. I think they're pretty good. But Oak Brook will be a solid test as well. I just think Hilton Head Prep will be able to pass that one. But then I think the championship game, if it's Myrtle Beach, that could be a pretty good one. I'd still take Prep. I still think they're the favorite, but I think that would be a solid challenge. Tomorrow night, not tomorrow night, Thursday night, Patrick Henry girls get Cathedral. And then on the other side, Clarendon Hall and Dorchester. And then 2A boys were all out because BA went out, Patrick Henry went out.
The Prep's the only
so we're all done there. And then the Cross girls against Curtis Baptist in the finals on Saturday.
And we got Hilton Head Christian Palmetto and then JP2 Orangeburg, which that could be an interesting one. I think Orangeburg is the slight favorite there, but the way JP2,
I kind of like JP2 in that one. I kind of like JP2 in that one. I think we may get a rematch. Hilton Head Christian.
That could be fun. All Lowco. We can't get in the boys' side now, so maybe we had in the girls' side this year.
Yeah, it's in play. It's in play. And then on the Skeeza side, let's see, or the high school league side,
It's
we only have two
maybe tomorrow.
brackets that we're
Yeah.
concerned about. We got Hampton County facing Oceanside on Saturday in the 2A boys, and then we only have one other left, and that is
Only one game tomorrow, but it's a big
Bluffton
one.
girls.
It's a big one tomorrow.
It is Bluffton girls against Ridgeview.
Uncharted territory for a team that has been, trying to get to this point for a number of years, and now the moment is going to arrive. How will they handle it? How will they start off? Are they able to, stay out of foul trouble? Are they able to, run their offense well and hit some shots? And is Decoy Hayward ready for an opportunity to take it a step further? So I expect now that they've gotten past this hurdle, getting a pair of wins, I think that's huge. Now they're confident. They've been playing loose, and I expect that to hopefully continue over there on Wednesday. If they come out, playing the way they have been, playing that loose, exciting, fun stretch of basketball, I think they've got a real opportunity. If they come out a little more nervy and it gets to them early, it could go the other way. So what will we see? Which Bluffton team will we see out there on Wednesday night? I think that's going to be a big factor of how this game will turn, because that's a really good Ridgeview team that they're going to have to really execute sound for a 48-minute game.
Yeah, no question. This is going to be a step up in competition. I mean, it always is from round to round, right? In the playoffs, that's the nature of the beast. But I think this represents a pretty big step up. So it's a winnable game, certainly.
Yeah.
But the margin for error is much less, and so they're going to have to be on point. I expect they'll have a good crowd. I wish the start was a little later than 6. Working folks, it's tough to get there by 6. I'd love to see it at a 6:30 or 7 o'clock start, but we need them to turn out. You saw how packed it was in Estill last night. We need this thing.
We need that level of
out.
Yeah, so hopefully we get some football players and then some of the spring sports athletes once they're maybe end practice early and come over to the den to watch this Bluffton girls team, because they need all the support that they can get in there, because that's why you play for home court advantage.
Right.
That's what you earn, the opportunity. Obviously, the third round, you have the H that sometimes helps you out, but this is the opportunity that you've earned by running through that region, and now that's the opportunity, and you get a chance to play in front of your fans and your crowd and your fellow students, and that's something that you can't take for granted, and it's something you play for. So I'm really excited. I hope they do get a good turnout, and other students and athletes and maybe some other teams that are finished playing, fans from other squads. I mean, it's an opportunity one local, an opportunity to support each other, and that's what we've seen throughout the years, especially when Hilton had made that run. We had a lot of fellow Lowco teams supporting them when they got to that state championship game. You look at
nobody else is playing.
Yeah, come out.
No excuse. Well, I mean, there will be a lot. There will be. I'm sure all the girls who play H2 with Amira will be out there supporting her, and probably be girls from all over the place and guys from all over the place too. So no, it should be a really live environment. I'm hoping so. I'm hopeful that Bluffton, and the Lowco show out. It's the only game in town as far as basketball goes, so let's go support the local team.
Where else would you be? I mean, this is what you all play for.
Well, I will be coaching rec softball practice after the Hilton or the McCracken River Ridge baseball scrimmage, but there are other places to be. But if you're a big basketball fan and you spend a lot of time in the gyms,
this is my favorite parts of what you cover, or what we cover here at Lowco, when you get an opportunity to really make history with a deep playoff run, and then the fans get behind you, everybody's cheering for you, and just to see the emotion of Takuya and that group, and Coach Roberts, who's been there for a while, and he's been a part of a couple of tremendous teams, and now he really is a chance to break through with this group of girls and the amount of fun that they're having and the way that they've shown out for themselves this season. To think it really
Look
all
who
started
just popped in. It's Robbie B. Rob Benson has popped
Word,
in to the
fellas.
studio. What's up, buddy?
Man,
How's it going?
We were just
good.
talking about the Bobcats who have a big one
Okay.
tomorrow night, but we also talked a little earlier about those ladies from Cross who continue to make history. First year program, one left on the schedule.
Yeah, man, it's right now that they're playing well. They've had I think there's several teams. Obviously, last night were the Hilton Head Christian prep game, and then JP2 went a couple nights ago, and JP2 moved on as well. So it seems like just the area in general, as well as Bluffton, obviously on the public side, is sort of getting it done on the girls' side right now. Certainly tonight was
a really good girls. We could have a couple of state champs still in play. I think Christian, I think like HSGA girls, I think you got a good bet there. I think Cross gets done, so there's two. And then this Bluffton girls team, certainly going to be a much tougher road, but they have it all in front of them. And like we just said, it should be a great crowd. I hope you'll be there tomorrow night alongside some young ladies and maybe some young men as well. I want to watch some good basketball because I think it could be an epic game tomorrow.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people there tomorrow, and pretty much everyone. It's interesting how everything's sort of been playing out, I guess, but not too many. I mean, at most on the private side, there's like two at a time. So the rest are showing up at these other games. So, it'll be fun. Bluffton will be fun tomorrow. We're looking forward to cheering on, Tequoia and, see that. I mean, what a great career. What an incredible leader. Statistically, fellas, like, I don't even know if that Max Prep stuff that I was reading in terms of statistically how she leads literally every major and or tiny analytic category, for Bluffton. It's almost impossible to lead in every category in the way she does. It's absurd. And like what a year, in her senior year, and it's sort of storybook. So I would just love to see them conjure up some magic tomorrow, and just keep this run going a little further. I know.
Point guard, people's point guard. She's
not. That's right. Yeah, she's a whole thing, man. This year, she's turned it on. Just oh yeah. I mean, I'm not even joking. Like every statistical category. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like Myra's had like a wicked year. Like this is a kid who's a freshman and is really not that far off in a lot of those or two or three of those major categories. So she's playing, sitting in second chair there. Behind a maestro right now, but she's learning, at the hands of the best right now, who's getting it done, and we'll just see what happens tomorrow. The Maddie thing's a problem just because they don't have much size to deal with what's coming at them, but we'll see. Who plays on that team? Who plays?
Who's that?
What's her? Last year's point guard at Wade Hampton.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Her name escapes me at the moment.
Yeah, she's a little kid lefty. But
she's
so
nice.
If you think, except for she gets 7 minutes a game.
Oh man, she would have been balling at Hampton this year.
Yeah, but that's not even. I guess the greater point is that's what you're looking at in terms of competition tomorrow.
Yeah,
because she can go a little, right? So like if she's only getting 7 minutes a game,
Janiah Carter.
Yeah. So if she's only getting like 7 minutes a game, that's a pretty good squad rolling in.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about it. No, they're very strong. I mean, anytime you get into Columbia, you're gonna deal with some talented players. They got a big. They got some players.
Yeah, they
it'd
do.
be it should be a Donnybrook, to say the least. It should be in round 3 of the playoffs.
So-
It should be a good one.
Yeah, as well
It
as
was
should
fun in
be.
Estill last night. Whew. Estill was a battle last night, but
It's gonna be a
so
crowd,
yeah,
man. I'm telling you.
that's where we
People are
stand, man. I thought
people are gonna
the
show
cross
up.
girls got tested pretty good tonight and handled it pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about this from an AAU context. When we run into teams from like West Virginia or Kentucky or
Right.
Western North Carolina or Eastern Tennessee or whatever, Indiana, they play a certain way, and it's now these kids at this level don't play at the higher level like that, but it's the way they're trying to play.
Right.
And so they really do kind of execute in a way that is quite interesting comparatively to what we see around here a lot of times. And they kind of knew, I mean, and they also, they came out and they face guard PJ everywhere all game long, like a face guard, like didn't even know where the ball was. There was a time where Fish sent her in the corner just to stand there and just get out of the way for a while, because it was like the other kid is standing facing her in the corner and doesn't even know what's going on the court. Like it was amazingly frustrating for the child, I can tell you that. But fought through. Had 9 in the second, so like that was big, and 4 big free throws down the stretch to help ice it. Same with Jen Wilson, who hit 2 big free throws late to kind of put it on ice as well. And I think the big story for Cross this particular tournament has been Lex Maldonado. She is a very talented big for the area. I wouldn't say she's a big, though. She can handle the ball and face up, and I think that's coming more in her game. But she, she's been turning over both shoulders, and she's been up and undering and step throughs and some pretty, polished stuff. So I think tonight she ended up with 12. And yeah, it really helped out. I mean, it was a low scoring game, so 12 is real. Yeah.
Yeah, every bit of those 12's
over
important.
a quarter of your points. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I mean, so that was certainly helpful. And then again, PJ came alive a little bit in the second half, which helped. But like Jen Wilson was really good. Ryan Mayers is active as always. And so 6 deep, Cross is pretty solid for the area. I don't know what it means. And they're young.
Yeah.
They're young.
Yeah.
They don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun story. I mean, and Fish is a fun story. He's a personality. He's a character. He's big energy, and so that's fun. It's been fun to watch. And have you gotten a chance to look at Curtis Baptist much?
So there's 1 or 2 girls on the team who do most of the damage. There's a 5'10" forward whose name escapes me, but she's getting 14 and 10 or something. So she's had a heck of a run this season, and they've been competitive. I think the difference right now seems to be Cross's backcourt overall is superior to a lot of what they're seeing, so they can control the clock and pace and tempo a little better, especially when things get late. But Curtis Baptist has maybe a big like we haven't seen. So that should be interesting. And but again, that's and I will say this: Cross doesn't really rebound at an incredibly efficient rate. Like a lot of stuff gets batted around that they should lock away early. So if they, especially at that level, if you can get a lot of cheapies, there's only a bunch of kids out there are going to bump you out with a 3. So it's one of those things where, you gotta mind your P's and Q's, and you gotta hit the boards, and you gotta play defense. And I think Cross got a little lost in the sauce tonight on the glass and defensively a little bit. So,
I think that kind of a win. I mean, you can say there's really no such thing ugly win. It survived and advanced in the playoffs, so there's no ugly win this time of year. That's a great win for them. So you learn a lot about what they need to do moving forward, and you lock in, and they're going to be prepared. I think they got it on Friday, but yeah, as you said, there could be some matchup trouble on the other end. So I think it's going to be a great game. I do think Cross is
funny
the
enough.
favorite.
I don't think they've been down at half. Tonight they were down by a point at half since the JP2 game like a month and a half ago. Which Lex Maldonado didn't play. So they definitely got, it was a little they got shook a little, right? So I mean they came back and won it, so that's to their credit, but we'll see what's up. I think the next one will be very, very difficult, and it'll they've played Curtis Baptist, has played Lawrence and those sorts of teams, and Lawrence Academy and all them. So they seem very much in line with the Cambridge thing that Cross saw tonight. So it should be another solid game. Low scoring defensive affair, probably. Yeah, we'll see. And Christian,
best wishes to the mighty Stingrays.
Yeah,
bring it home. Bring it home, please.
What'd you say?
Yeah,
bring it
I think
home.
a lot of people.
What were you saying about Christian?
I think a lot of people are going up for the Christian game too.
Yeah.
Over the next, yeah, I think so, man. I think there's right now everyone's sort of following each other, and it's a really nice thing in the area. And it's not really like a public-private. It's like girl ballers advancing that know each other and cheer for each other, and that's kind of special right now.
Love it.
I love it. That's great.
Yeah.
That's what I hope to see tomorrow at this Bluffton game, is to see maybe some. And you said it's going to be packed. So many basketball junkies around the Lowco will be there.
Oh yeah.
So hopefully we see some other players from other schools show out there and support the Bobcats on the quest. It could be a really special end of the season, and hopefully it will last another week. That's the hope. But they're gonna have to work hard tomorrow. But that's gonna be a great game. So excited to cover that one, and you're going to try to get there for the end, which I think it's going to be an exciting
Yeah, I'm coming in hot from softball practice. I'm going to try to check out a little bit of it.
Slide on in.
Good stuff. All right, Robbie. Well, we appreciate you, brother, and we'll talk to you real soon. We'll see you over in the den tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be fun. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. Rob Benson, H2 Basketball, and my partner in the Budding One Lowco Foundation. We'll tell you more about that real soon, but good stuff coming there. All right, Wes, let's shout out the Lowco Booster Club, and then we'll get this show off the air. The Lowco Booster Club, Court Lifestyle Pros. Daniel and Debbie Court are Lowco natives who want you to let them bring you home to Hilton Head Island through Charter One Realty. Revive Rehab, women's health and pelvic floor physical therapy. If you have a friend who's having a baby, a gift card to Revive Rehab would be a great gift to let you know that you're thinking about them and they know that the struggles that they're going to have after. Eagle Creations, promotional items, custom apparel, as well as custom gift baskets available over on Argent Boulevard. Go see Jay and Bill and Mandy. Jay's Barbershop is the place to be in Ridgeland, whether you need a haircut or not. Go over there and get some spicy conversation, maybe some street tacos. Barefoot Floor Care of the Low Country. Chris Odom and his guys will get your floors so clean your feet will thank you. And Prime IV Hydration and Wellness in Belfair Town Village. Go see Max and the team to get juiced up. Those are the Lowco Booster Club. Looking ahead, Wes, tomorrow night.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, just some parting thoughts on what we were talking about. Girls basketball in the Lowco. It's gotten to a higher level this year. I think Cross has been a big part of that, but just JP2, the rise that it's had this season, Hilton Head Christian Academy, they've been there for a while. And Hilton Head Prep, despite falling short, I thought they had a step up this year. Courtney Campbell leading the way, but a couple others really grew with her. And then you're seeing just these region games. I thought Hilton had a really good year. We didn't talk about them today, but just the way that they performed this season with Coach R, without Linda Young. And then going back to this Bluffton team that's going to, take the stage in front of hopefully a good amount of Lowco supporters tomorrow. And what they've done and how close they've been, and now getting over that hump and seeing the potential they have. Girls basketball has become really fun around here. This class of 2024 has been a big part of that, and we've got to see them now this entire career, this full circle journey, and now it's the culmination is here. And Takoya
Yeah.
is going to be the starring role tomorrow, and it's really excited to see after watching her whole career.
Yeah, it was like I feel like this year is kind of for girls basketball. It's kind of like those years where the two different kinds of locusts overlap, and there's just a ton of locusts for the summer because we had that 24 class and then the 27 class coming in, and they overlapped, and you got to see Koya and Amira together, and PJ coming in, and there's more and more of them that are starting to contribute at different places. So that was fun to watch, and so now when this 24 class graduates, we might see a little dip for a little bit, but I think what we're going to see in pretty short order is every class being like the 27s and the 24s going forward. And so you end up with like 4 whole classes of kids who have been doing it at a high level and been kind of culled through the ranks. And that's what we're trying to get to. And that's what we're trying to do through One Lowco, partnering with people like H2 and basketball, and then other, Bluffton Waves and baseball, other organizations, just trying to kind of scale what's being done there. But scale it down to the lower levels, so that the recreational instruction is at a little higher level and feeds into the higher level stuff and is more foundational and layered. So I think that's the master plan. It's going to take a whole lot of people rowing together in the same direction, but I think we can get there in time and just raise the tide for everybody in the Lowco and help more kids just get the fundamentals they need.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Rising tide. That's one of our mottos here. You said it a lot, but so true when it comes to the growth of basketball in this area. And Rob H2 he's a big part of that as well. To see the grassroots level.
Yes, sir. We've been having a lot of conversations and doing a lot of work in the behind the scenes, and about to roll some stuff out real soon. So looking forward to that. But that should do it for tonight. Thanks so much to Xaviar Garvin for getting on with this. It's been an absolute pleasure to cover his career. I mean, I got to know him and Kayvon really well last year during that run with Estill, with the football team, and then with the basketball team, and then getting to be a part of covering that team this year has just been, I mean, the love they show us out there is just second to none, right? It's just unreal how much they love us. We had such a great time when we did the live show at Hurricanes.
Yeah, that was highlight of
yeah.
One
time, of course, was great. Yeah. But thanks to Zay. That was fun talking with him again, and hopefully they can get a dub on Saturday and get us up to Florence on my birthday. Thanks to Robbie Benson for jumping in and chatting with us, and for all he does to help us out with everything we're doing with Lowco, trying to help kids get to the next level. And thanks to all of our sponsors and all of you who showed up to listen or watch. That's going to do it for tonight. You want to do a little mini episode tomorrow night?
Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow to hopefully recap a block.
We'll do a mini lowdown tomorrow night because we've got other stuff to talk about as well. Spring sports season getting going. So we'll do a little lowdown tomorrow until we'll figure out what our fall or our spring schedule is going to be as soon as hoops wraps up. But that'll do it for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night, tell you about what happens over in the den and whatever else is going on the Lowco sports scene. For Wes Kerr, I'm Justin Jarrett. Thanks for joining us. Till next time, go Low.